Well, we can start with basically when you heard about the tragic shooting of four people at the Pink House. How did that hit you just as a music executive?
One, I can't say that I was shocked, but I'm deeply saddened. Um, Senseless killings of young people are never welcome. And people who are in the hip hop community, especially in Dallas, Fort Worth, we deserve more. We should demand more from ourselves, and we should be looking to live. Anyone that's inside of the hip hop community has probably seen traumatic experiences, lived them, did whatever they've had to do to survive. And with hip hop, it's a lifestyle, but it also through the music business gives people an opportunity to change their lives, to change their children's lives, and so forth and so on. And a person like the decedent was on a upward trajectory. So to see him gone so soon over whatever caused it, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. Um, does isolated incidents like this, Torrance, does it give the industry a bad name?
I think it doesn't give the industry a bad name. I think it continues to help to perpetuate a bad name that's already been given. But the same can be said about rock and roll, heavy metal. There's a certain stigma that comes with the industry. And when you have events like this, it just calcifies that. When the truth about the matter is, much of the industry is not involved in things of this nature. You know,
Have you ever met Z? Was he like personality? Have you ever met him in person or?
I have had never had the opportunity, but the Dallas Fort Worth music community is very small. And I understand that he's a part of the New Dallas movement that has everybody excited. And, being that I've been living in this area for since 2003, to know that we have so much talent here that tends to get poached and you have to go someplace else, whether it's Atlanta or New York or Nashville, just to get a start. And to see this happening for us again, like the 2008 movement, and seeing people who could make it gone it's just senseless.
You know,
So
what impact do you think this will have on the Dallas footwork talent?
that is a good question, but let me tell you what I hope. I hope that people, think about the sacrifices that people have made from the people who look like us in in this world, this nation, and understand that we have a bigger responsibility to our communities. Um, I'd hope that people remember the words of um, Michelle Obama, who said, "Grief and resilience live together." I hope that in this time of grief, that we'll find the resilience to pull together, start to have some conversations, and to make some different choices. There has to be a better way of settling our differences than with gun violence. Has to be a better way. So may we find the resilience there to do just that.
And that's what I was going to ask. Torrance, what should be the conversation going forward, especially for the artists?
The conversation for the artist is find your why. Why are you rapping? Why are you making music? Is it just to be heard? Is it to make a better life? Because if you won't use your celebrity to, take the revenue and the income and change your address and to help your grandmother and your mother and your children and so forth and so on, then what are you doing it for? Um, I hope the conversation includes a bifurcation of art versus life. I find it appalling that only in hip hop must you be whatever you're talking about, whatever you're rapping about, whatever you're performing about. But in every other genre of entertainment, let's take movies. An actor can be a drug dealer one day, a doctor the next day, a police officer the next day, and no one is requiring the human being to be that. So why is in hip hop we just can't enjoy the art? Why do we have to live out whatever we're talking about?
Yeah, I just spoke with his grandfather on the phone, and he is blown away by the number of people um, that Z has impacted with his music. Um, he's blown away by the number of friends that are showing up. Um, does that surprise you at all?
No, no. I mean, from what I understand, he is incredibly talented. Um, had a way with words and was able to impact people. And I think that when we take art, when people who can make that art happen, we gotta take it at face value and just enjoy it. Um, whatever a person is depicting in a song could be somebody else's story. It could even be their story. But if you're making art of it, then allow the person to move on a different path, you know. I just wish our young black men, especially, would think that you don't have to be whatever it is that this microcosm says you have to be if you do hip hop. It's not true. It's a lie.